Hello YouTube, my name is ShadowPlayz, and today I bring you a mod review of a mod called the Shadow Worlds mod, which is a relatively unknown mod, but I thought you guys should know about it, so here I am. So anyway, this mod adds in several new dimensions, a bunch of new items and mobs, and some interesting new mechanics. So yeah, let's jump right in. So, first we're going to start with the first dimension, the shadow main dimension, the shadow dimension. And before I start, I want to tell you this mod is for versions 1.7.10. I'll include links in the description for the 1.7.10 version, and there is also a 1.7.2 version, but you know, the bigger version, better, equal, yeah. Anyway, so I'll link actually two links in the description. One will be for SkyDaz and one will be for the actual mod website. I would suggest SkyDaz because it'll give you all the mods that accompany this mod, because actually there's some dynamic lighting involved and stuff. And I forgot to mention that textures mess up on some normal mobs. So that's Creeper. And he looks like an iron golem. So anyway, so yeah, I will include those links in the description. I would suggest SkyDaz, but if you just want the raw mod, then go to the second link. So, without further ado, to access the main dimension, you're going to need a shadow lighter, which is crafted with basically the same as flint and steel, except with gold instead of iron. And yeah, okay, so I already have one, so you just light and just jump on in. Yeah. So here we are. So, as you can see, when we first jump in here, it's very, very dark. And I have my brightness all the way up right now, so if I were to turn that down, it'd be very much harder to see. So, yeah. And the first thing you'll notice when you jump in here is you'll get this journal right here. And it'll have your name on it, so like if it was Captain Sparkles, it'd be Captain Sparkles' diary. But since it's me, well, yeah, it's my diary. So, if you open this, you can, you know, see, and there's different tabs, and then you can go through it, and it has, like, the different days you were in there, and as you explore things, these entries show up. Now, since I've already done some pre-exploring, I have a lot of entries in here, but once you first get in here, you'll notice you won't have anything, and you'll start to pick stuff up as you go. And if you notice down in this corner right here, that book, you can see every time I turn the page, that turns a page, and I just thought that was really awesome animating on the mod creator's part, so good job. And if you click these tabs, you can go to like items and blocks and entities and yeah. So I guess we'll move on to the mobs now. Actually, before I show off the mobs, first I wanted to show you the main liquid in this dimension, which I thought was very interesting and very different. So as you can see, it's sort of whitish, and it's called Quicksilver, and it's actually very poisonous. So if I were to go into game mode 0 and jump in, you'll see I get instant poison. And one thing you'll also notice is as the poison eats through my hearts, it also lessens the amount of health that I can totally have at one time. So, you know, that can be very detrimental in the end. So yeah. So, I'm not going to show off all the mobs in this dimension because there are like a ton, but I like that sound. Actually, I don't like that sound. That's bad. Okay, so I picked out 9 mobs that I thought would be very interesting to show off, so I'm just going to get those right now, and we're going to see what all they have to do. Okay, so lights. Lights are actually very interesting. If I get my sword back here. Oh, where'd my sword go? Right, so these are lights, and they're just basically floating tiny I don't know what to call that. They're just orbs of some sort, and when you kill them, they drop glowstone dust. Glowstone dust, yeah, they drop glowstone dust, and sometimes I think they drop what's called a soul, and we'll get into that in a minute. I also forgot to mention the dynamic lighting portion of this. So if I were to go like do this and that, and then basically if I hold this torch in my hand as I move along, it will light up the area that I'm moving through. See how it's like dissipating behind me and stuff, and then it grows bigger again. And then if I drop it on the ground, it'll actually light up the area where it's dropped. And then if I pick it up again, you can see it stops lighting up. And this is also true for like glowstone dust and glowstone and other sorts of items that give off light. So anyway, we're going to start with the dark light, which is, oh, that's different. Oh, what's it? Oh no. Oh dude, that's so cool. So basically he just goes around. Oh god, that was loud. That scared me. So basically he goes around and he destroys all the light sources so that it makes it dark. And wow, okay, that's scary. And basically once you kill him, you just get some glowstone dust and what's called a soul. Now souls can be used for a variety of things. You can make a soul dagger, can be used as fuel. Actually, yeah, that's really all they can be used for, so I guess I was wrong about that. Oh well. And they have 0.062 speed and 4.5 attack damage, so it's okay. So next we're gonna spawn in the strange wolf, and I think that's just a like, oh, those eyes though, those are freaky. So yeah, it's just an altered version of the wolf, like a shadow counterpart of the wolf. And yeah, if we kill him, those are really ugly sounds. We get, what do we get? Is that just gunpowder? I guess we just get gunpowder. Okay, moving on. So the next mob in our collection is the shadow chicken, which I just thought would be interesting to see. That, oh, okay, that's kind of scary. Like, I don't want to mess with this chicken. You want to mess with that chicken? I don't want to mess with that chicken. Okay, so anyway, once you kill him, you get chicken and a black feather. What can you use that for? Crossbow arrows and magical paper. Interesting. I guess we'll get to that in a minute. Next mob. So this is the jellyfish, and normally you'd find these swimming around in those pools of quicksilver that I showed earlier. And so I'm just going to spawn one on land, and it's not going to go very well, and he's going to float to the top here and start dying. But that's basically what they look like, and they'll be swimming around in those little giant lakes of quicksilver, because there's giant lakes of them, basically. So if I slay this thing, he'll give me what's called a glowing ink sac. And that's another, yeah, that's another light source. It's, okay, I guess that's not a light source. Forget what I said there. So now we have the shadow creeper, which is actually very interesting in how it works. So if we place this down, oh wow, that's freaky. Okay, and then I go into game mode 0. I might die. Oh! Dang it. So as you can see, when a shadow creeper blows up, he basically sucks you. Whoa. That did a lot and a lot of damage. I'm afraid of those guys. Okay, so basically he sucks you in, and then you can't escape, and then he blows up, and it's bigger than the normal explosion of a creeper, I think. So is my stuff even still here? Oh, yes, okay. So yeah, now I'm going to go collect all my stuff, but yeah, do not mess with them unless you know what you're doing. So I forgot I had to keep inventory on, so we're just going to ignore that and move on to the lost soul, which I actually haven't seen yet. So here we go. Oh! Oh god. Oh, that is creepy. Oh, that's like a headless horseman. Except it's like the bodiless horseman now, because he's got a head but no body. So we're just going to slay this guy, and oh! So we get a pumpkin, and we get the shadow scythe. Now, what I forgot to mention in the beginning, actually I think did I mention it? I don't know. But anyway, you can, with the various blocks and materials in this dimension, you can craft new armor sets and weapons. And this appears to be one of them. So this is like the shadow version of a hoe, I think. So, yeah, I just can't really dirt anything here. So these next three mobs are actually very, very powerful mobs. And one of them brings us to another dimension, which is why I'm saving that one for last. But yeah, so here we go. So this next mob, from my observing skills, is apparently very, very, very powerful, so I'm just gonna stay in creative for it. But anyway, I accidentally tested him back there, and it did not go well, so that's why we're all the way over here. I'm just gonna set him down and see what happens. God, that scared me. That's so loud. I need to turn my volume down. Can I turn my volume down? No, it's at 50. Okay. So anyway, this is the Blazure, which is like it's like the shadow version of a wither. So if the wither wasn't bad enough, well, here's his evil twin brother. So yeah. So this guy is actually pretty cool looking. You can see he's got like claws and he's blue and alien looking, and he kind of looks like the wither sort of. But he explodes, and I'm actually going to try and go into game mode 0 for just a second to see what happens. Oh crap, oh god, no. Okay, yeah, he's basically a wither. Okay, that was terrifying. Oh, except his wither skulls are like little blue things, and so yeah, we're gonna slay this guy and see what he drops. So, oh wow, okay, this takes a while, so I'll just fast forward until we kill him. So here we are, about to make the final blow. And this is what it looks like. Oh boy. Oh dang. So yeah, that is the Blazer for you, and let's see what he dropped. Oh wow, that is a lot of experience. And there's so much stuff. Oh wow, okay, so when you kill him, you get Shadow Cobblestone, you get souls, you get a Golden Soul. Ooh, what can you use that for? You can make a Golden Soul Furnace. I don't even want to know what you can make in that. But anyway, he is hard to kill and well worth it though, because it gives you awards. And as you can see, when he spawned in, not only did he explode and shoot those blue wave things, but all the grass from the top of the dirt just disappeared, and so it just turned to dirt. And that is the Blazer. There's a reason I came all the way out here to spawn the mobs. So anyway, our next mob is what's it called? The Shadow Wolf King. And he's also a boss mob. And yeah, you get in this world, I believe you can find dungeons with all the either keys to these mobs or the actual mobs themselves. Actually, I think there's stronghold-like dungeons here that actually have the mobs that you can find, kill them, and get rewards, and yada yada yada. So here we go. So this is the Shadow Wolf King, and he is like the Wither dog. It's like the Wither's pet puppy here. Oh look, it's a pretty little light. And you can see as it goes along, it lights up different things. Oh god, okay, so apparently this guy spawns in these shadow wolves. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I looked into it earlier. So these are shadow wolves, and they're like bigger than normal wolves and more powerful. So we go into game mode 0 and try and find where this guy went. Oh god, he shoots fireballs, and that's not good. And yeah, so you better be careful because this guy will... Oh god. Game mode 8. Oh no. Last second. So yeah, make sure you know what you're doing when you fight this guy and all the other boss mobs, because this mod is insane when it comes to bosses. It's actually pretty cool. But yeah, his howls, you can hear them all the way from the portal. So let's just fast forward to when I finish him, and you guys can watch, because it's actually kind of cool. So this guy, as you go along, spawns a bunch of other wolves, little helpers, that help him destroy you. So yeah, this guy is... Oh, oops. This guy is pretty insane, so I'd be careful. Okay, so he just died, and yeah, he turns into this awesome blue orb experience, and then he completely just blows up. So yeah, that's that, and I almost missed it, and I don't know how he almost died, but he just did. So you get all that experience, and actually if I go into game mode 0, I have 61 experience after killing just the Blazer and the Shadow Wolf King. So there you go, these guys are well worth it to kill. And drops are basically just a soul. You also get these things called shadows, which can be like, it's for all the shadow tools and all the shadow armor that I was talking about. And then you get another golden soul. So apparently every time you kill a boss, you get a golden soul, and you can use that for the golden soul furnace. And now for our last mob, who once killed will actually bring us to another dimension. So this is called the Angel. He's this huge winged guardian guy. And he is, you know, still hard to kill. He's one of the main bosses, but as soon as we get him down here, just give it a minute, give it a minute, give it a minute, and then he just kind of sort of floats up through the air, And after that, he drops experience. Tons of lightning, and then as you saw, which I thought was the coolest thing ever, kudos to the mod maker, whoever you are. You made this mod so epically cool. But then there's a bunch of lightning, and then this orb is spawned. This awesome circular orb, and it's actually a portal. And I'm going to show you what it does in a second. So this little orb portal leads to the angel dimension. And that sound keeps interrupting me. So anyway, I just step into it to go to this dimension. And give it a second. Actually, I'll be right back. So this is the angel dimension, or heaven, or the aether, or whatever you want to call it. And it's actually very laggy, and I'm not sure why, but it's just, it took forever to render, and it did that in other mod reviews. I think it's just how it renders and stuff. But these are angels. Oh, look, he's even in a chest. And basically you can trade with them and look in their chest, and there's a lot of pointless angel stone stuff. But anyway, so yeah, and then they have flying pigs with different colored wings, and they're pretty awesome. Sorry about that. Shut up, Skype. Whenever you try to break leaves, they do this puffy, wonderful thing, and I don't even know what that is. But then there are some interesting things over here. So first off, I forgot to show you what a jump block is. So basically, step on this, ba-bang. It rockets you up into the sky, and yeah, my FPS is way better now because the world is done rendering. So yeah, so these are flying pigs, and this is, ooh, look at those. I like those. This is like a temple of some sort. Yeah, so basically this is all that, and then there's these things, and these are called flying boats, I think, and you get in them, and using the WASD keys you can just fly around, and you can point your mouse up if you want to go up, and down if you want to go down. And it's really laggy, but it's worth it. It's a really cool feature, actually. So I can kind of just fly around and go up if I want. That was really fast, wasn't it? Hello. And you just dismount, and it kind of just lands on its own. So it's kind of like a regular boat, except it floats through the sky, and so, you know, it's always cool. So when you're ready to leave the angel dimension, look, he's just flying and he has red eyes. So when you're ready to leave the angel dimension, simply make your way back to this orb again and go through it, and it should spawn you back in the overworld, sometimes in a random place, basically the world spawn point. But there's one more dimension that I have to show you. So this mod adds in a lot of things, and there's a bunch of things that I actually haven't covered in all of the review that I've been doing, but one thing I wanted to cover were cookies, especially this one we'll get to in just a second. So first off, you have 4 just regular edible cookies, and I totally forget how you do that. What just happened? So I kind of have to be in game mode 0 to punch in and get these cookies, which just spawned over there. So this is a golden cookie, and oh my gosh, I guess they each have different effects. So the golden cookie has absorption, and baked cookie, I'll be right back. So yeah, I kind of just drained all my hunger, and that was really a bad idea. So eat the baked cookie, restores 2 hunger, and actually doesn't give you any benefits. However, I'm guessing this diamond cookie will. So eat the diamond cookie, and you get resistance, which is actually really awesome because resistance can be really helpful. And now for that one cookie that I accidentally put up there and then accidentally broke. This is the sweet cookie, and it gives you speed and jump boost for like 26 seconds. Oh wow. So you can just kind of, you know, play around with that, jump around, wee, I'm so much better than you, blah 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 sort of thing. So yeah, I thought those were some really cool things. And now for these last 2 cookies. I know it looks like there's a bunch more, but these are actually all the same cookie. So this is called a chat cookie, and when you eat it, it says, "Hello, ShadowStorm77. I like cookies," and Cookie was slain by ShadowStorm77. So that's truth there. And so yeah, that's all that. However, this one in the middle is a very important cookie, and you'll find out why as soon as I eat it. So here we go. We'll see if this works. This is the last dimension. And oh wow, here it is. This is the so that's unfortunate. I'm sure I'll find a way back. I know there's a way to get back, trust me. Okay, so just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Basically, it spawns you in this portal here, which will be filled with cookie portal when it's actually, working. And then this is a chocolate milk lake, and this is basically just, this is amazing. Like, this is the best part of this mod by far. This is the cookie dimension, and I love it. And basically, all of this is just candy. Like, this is white chocolate, this is regular chocolate, these are cookies, and you'll notice when I go into this mode, and wait, okay, so if I go into this mode and I change this from 200 to 20, and then it takes away all my hunger, and these cookies, this acts like snow, so you can eat these like snow, and it's just an endless supply of cookies. I mean, this is heaven. This is the real heaven. The other one, that was just the angel dimension. This is the real heaven in this mod. Oh, and I just figured out, if you break these instead of eat them, they give you cookies. Yay! And then onto these, if you break these, which are like chocolate blocks, then you will get this chocolate block, and you put it in here, and you can get chocolate, which you can consume, and it will fill your hunger, and nothing else really. So chocolate milk basically works the same way as regular milk, and it will, take away all your effects and stuff. And I'm gonna go diving, because I'm diving into chocolate milk. That's like everybody's dream, right? So yeah, guys, that is the Shadow World mod in a nutshell. And like I said, I'll leave links in the description for both versions of that. But that's all I can really say. And since this is my first video, it's probably not going to be great quality review, but I thought I showed off, decent amount of stuff. So it's a really, really cool mod, definitely worth the download. And yeah, I think you guys should definitely check this out. And I will be back in future videos, and thank you for watching. Have a good nice day.